So what are your thoughts on the show of force, even not knowing?
They did their job. He's a sex worker. He's got guns and he's got semen-coated fucking VHS tapes.
No. Okay.
I would have went in a hazmat suit.
So let me ask you this. When you first told us about your thoughts and you honeycombs is what you prefer.
Yeah, the honeycomb. Shout out to Jamil Peterson. He's added a new one. He called him the Diddy Glover now. Because when he ain't got the Beijing and he say he look like Danny Glover.
Oh, man.
So he's AKA Diddy Glover now. Shout out to Jamil Peterson, I Am Comedy.
So I want to stay right here. We're going to stay within this pocket, but I'm just curious. What did you know that was going on in the world of Diddy, Puff Daddy, P. Diddy, that the world didn't know? What did you know back then, 3-4 years ago?
Was gonna come forward.
So how'd you know? What'd you know about what Cat? Because
I wish I could explain.
Yeah,
but if I explain how I knew Cassie was gonna come forward, that could hurt some people. Which is why the last time I sat on this blue couch, I said what I said. Congratulations, Young Miami. Run as fast as Cassie did.
You did say that. That was a bar.
You said that shit.
Did you see something being around Cassie? Did you see anything being around?
I don't spend time around Cassie, and I haven't seen Cassie in person since she was with Ryan Leslie.
Was there something in her eyes that you saw? The way, like now
I'll
that...
put it to you this way, there are mutual acquaintances between her and I. And that's as far as I can go.
Okay. I
don't talk to her, but I speak to her.
Did you get a chance to see her indictment, what she claimed happened?
Oh, no, I reviewed all the files, and everything that she said is everything that I said with Storm Monroe 3.5 years ago. Exactly what I said it was.
Were you surprised about anything that came in?
No.
When the raids first happened at Diddy's properties, Jaguar Wright was among the first to say she knew it was coming. She believed it was only a matter of time, given the shady things he was in.
Ever been to a P. Diddy party?
Yeah, several. Many. Honestly.
And so, can you take us through, like, what goes on, like, when you were there?
What did I say when y'all asked me about why was the TD Jakes at the Diddy party?
Yeah.
What'd I say? Money.
Right.
And sex.
That's it.
That's correct. Were you surprised that there were so many cameras in his houses?
No.
That he was recording these?
Of course. He is the J. Edgar Hoover of hip-hop.
Okay.
Y'all done seen him put on the pyramid with a skirt?
So let me ask you, when you hear that Cassie was told to hire male escorts to come and what they call freak-offs now.
Yeah.
Is that something normal that happens in Hollywood?
Yeah.
Freak-offs.
Yeah.
Okay.
Everybody know that. I've been saying it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How many times I got some these is wild.
So do you feel like people, when they hear pink cocaine, Young Miami has to bring across?
Wait, the Tusi.
Yeah, the Tusi. That's what they call it.
I found out. I talked to my drug guy.
She also attended several of Diddy's freak-off parties, and from what she witnessed, it was mostly people spending money on drugs or sex.
And Trey's literally sitting there playing Lookout.
Playing Lookout as Justin Bieber goes down on Odell.
The boy came up with his mouth wet.
Mouth wet.
What?
Dribbling. Now, what they're going to try to say is, no, Justin Bieber was just doing a line of coke. No, he didn't mess with his nose when he came up.
He was doing a line of coke with his mouth.
He wiped his mouth. When you do
his mouth was wet.
You do this when you finish your line.
His
you wipe your mouth when you
wet. The post-nasal drip, that was seminal fluid.
It was Odell.
Hey, young brother, everything's good? That's selling out arenas and everything? It's starting to act different, huh? You ain't been calling me and hanging out the way we used to hang out. Well,
Justin Bieber started trending last year after Cassie's lawsuit dropped, which opened the floodgates for a lot of shady things about Diddy to surface. Initially, people thought the stories about how messed up things were for Justin around Diddy might be exaggerated. But with everything that's come out, it's hard to deny that something very disturbing was going on. Jaguar Wright addressed this in a recent interview with STW Monroe, referencing the unsettling footage of Justin hanging out with Odell Beckham Jr. and Tree Songs, where it appears Justin is involved in something inappropriate with Odell. Some fans tried to brush it off, claiming Justin was using drugs, which is bad enough since these grown men were encouraging him into that lifestyle. But according to Jaguar, it wasn't about drugs at all. It was exactly what it looked like with Justin being forced into the situation. She pointed out Justin's wet mouth at the end of the video as further proof. Jaguar also mentioned that Justin may not have been a willing participant, claiming Trey Songz acted as a lookout to ensure no one would catch on or record the act. In her interview, Jaguar spilled more details, saying Diddy didn't just use Justin for his own pleasure, but allegedly passed him around to his friends as well. This disturbing claim has sparked new conversations about Diddy's strained relationship with Justin. Worse still, according to Jaguar, Diddy has done similar things to other young male artists, including Meek Mill. Aside from these parties, Jaguar has also spoken out about various artists Diddy has allegedly abused in the industry, like Justin Bieber.
Uptown Records started with 5 people. Andre Harrell, I'll Be Sure, Heavy D, and Puffy. And Kim was the longest working employee because she was there from the very beginning. She was Andre's personal assistant. Mm. Kim is dead. Heavy D is dead. Andre Harrell is dead. The only 2 left are Puffy and Al almost died. Isn't that interesting?
That is interesting.
Heavy D was found dead, face down in the heart attack. Andre Harrell, heart attack. Kim died from pneumonia, but there's the first coroner's report that said that she died. It was ruled a homicide, and they found toxins in her body to prove that she had been poisoned. You know, they have poisons that create heart attack and pneumonia-like symptoms. And then right after that, Al had a meeting, and I was going to meet up with him because we were in Vegas, and then the next thing you know, you want to know what they all had in common, though? The survivors and the late of Uptown Records, they were all writing tell-all books. Mm-hmm. Andre was writing a book right before he died. Heavy D was working on a book before he died. Kim Porter was working on a book before she died. And I'll Be Sure was working on the documentary of his life. And then he goes into a coma. Has Puffy ever been in a coma? Has anything happened to him? He must be the luckiest motherfucker, because it seems like everybody that worked at Uptown Records from the very beginning is all gone. Just him. I guess Al disappointed you. You know, I speak for a reason. When you see this bullshit ass motherfucking game fucking with people that you love, that you like, you know, it's too many coincidences.
Too many.
Fuck you, honeycomb.
Oh. Stamp it.
We gonna get you and your little dog, too. Mm. And congratulations, Young Miami. Run as fast as Cassie did. That's how he operates. He has people followed. He has people watched. He does all kinds of fucking. He's a fucking piece of shit.
Too much money.
I feel bad for the kids. Like, don't think that there aren't moments when I'm speaking honestly about that motherfucker that I pray that his children don't hear it. Because that's still their dad. I know what it's like to have a baby with a fucked up ass motherfucker.
It's no secret that anyone who poses a threat to Diddy's position in the industry or tarnishes his reputation often ends up mysteriously taken out, and Jaguar Wright knows this firsthand. Diddy is the last man standing at Bad Boy Records. According to 50 Cent and other insiders, what we see with Diddy is just scratching the surface. Jay-Z has even darker secrets, but the key difference between him and Diddy is that Jay-Z is smarter and more calculated. Remember when Jaguar Wright basically hinted at this in her recent interview?
Carter is worse.
Jaguar Wright has been calling out Jay-Z for years, claiming he's one of the most dangerous figures in the industry. In an interview a few years back, she talked about how Jay-Z and R. Kelly share a disturbingly similar past, even down to their relationships. It's hard to ignore the fact that Jay allegedly had something strange going on with Aaliyah, a claim Dame Dash himself confirmed when he spoke about feeling betrayed by Jay-Z for pursuing Aaliyah. What makes it even creepier is that Jay-Z knew about everything R. Kelly was doing, not just with Aaliyah, but with other young girls, and still went ahead to make an album and tour with him. But if there's anyone worse, it's got to be Jay-Z. The man has stayed at the top of the entertainment game for a long time, and we all know that kind of power comes with a dark side and serious abuse of it.
Jay-Z is setting Diddy up. Why is everyone having such a hard time? He ain't doing shit different. He lined up D. Haven, stole his life and identity. He lined up Big L, stole his life and identity. He lined up Dame Dash, stole his life, identity, and took his love. Lined up R. Kelly. He wants to be the one.
Yeah, shout out D. Haven. He actually hit us up, wanted to tell this story.
You need to talk to D. Haven.
Yeah, we need to talk to him.
I told you that last year when I put you on the phone with him.
You did.
I want you to think about this. Allegedly, Sean Carter is responsible for enacting Hype Williams to put Aaliyah on a faulty plane to move her out the way as punishment for rejecting him, and so he could level up Beyonce, who was struggling. Let's just say allegedly that happened. Now I want you to think about 106th and Park with Mary J. Blige. Free, who is a victim of Sean Carter.
Yeah.
Mary J. Blige, who is a victim of Sean Combs, are sitting there talking about the death of Aaliyah amongst each other. Think about that. You got a Diddy victim, you got a Jay-Z victim, and you got a superstar gone. They know what happened. And yet, they had to sit there and have that conversation like they didn't know who did it. Mm-hmm. Think of the power of that moment. Think about Claudia Jordan right now. Claudia Jordan don't ever mention my mother name. She mentioned it yesterday. Talking about why people are afraid to come forward. You mean like you? You was Diddy girl. Corey was Jay-Z girl. Why don't you claim your friend? Claudia.
So, Jag, when you say...
When I say Corey, I'm talking about Kathy White.
Oh, yeah. That's what I was about to ask.
Jay-Z's pregnant mistress, who died of an imaginary fucking aneurysm. Just like the woman who was best friends with Kim and Kimura, who wrote the book Bling and died as soon as it made the bestsellers list.
Jay-Z is looking for someone else to take the fall for his actions, and this time he's setting his sights on Diddy. Just moments before their meeting, Suge Knight had already used his Death Row Records platform to ignite one of hip-hop's most infamous feuds, Biggie versus Tupac. According to Philadelphia soul singer Jaguar Wright, Suge Knight and Diddy teamed up to fuel the beef between Biggie and Tupac in an effort to boost record sales, which ultimately escalated into the East Coast versus West Coast war.
I'm gonna tell the truth about this nigga. who all y'all worshipped, who all y'all believed, who all y'all thought, oh, P. Diddy, P. Diddy. And y'all should probably also know about how he and Suge Knight worked together to create the whole East Coast, West Coast conflict, to make y'all buy records and to make y'all choose sides. They did that on purpose. They was cool. They did business together. Puff always sent Devontae, Casey, JoJo, and Mary out to LA all the time. They worked at Death Row just as much as they worked in New York before Daddy's house was even really Daddy's house. That's why Casey and JoJo had all them songs with Tupac. How do you want it? That wasn't no accident. Tupac didn't call them up. They was already there. They was there partying, getting high. Puff and Suge had an arrangement, and they created that entire media campaign just to get y'all to buy records. I ain't got no love for Suge, and I ain't got no love for Puff. The only thing I'm mad about, see, I was there tonight in the Shore Club eating dinner at Nobu the night that they shot Suge Knight in the ass, and I watched everybody be so happy. They were so happy. I was arguing with Paris Hilton in the bathroom about what a whore she was, and then we heard the shots go off. It was right there on Miami Beach. MTV, it was MTV Music Awards time. I had a show.
Then we got Suge Knight. This
party.
man is currently behind bars.
But
back in the day, he had a knack for beefing with anything.
I was there. I heard the shots.
Well, let's just say that it bit him back in the ass.
Roll Suge
according to
right
Jaguar,
me,
he and Diddy had a hand in not only Tupac, but also Biggie's death as well.
And they was all happy. Everyone was so happy. Why ain't nobody shot you in the ass yet, Puff? Maybe it's time for you to get shot in the ass. I guarantee you, people won't laugh. Just like they did when Suge got shot. Your old friend Suge Knight. Y'all niggas is corny. You've been living on lies, and I'm burning it all down. You're the biggest obstacle, Puff, because you hold the most secrets. You tell the most lies. Fuck, I need to worry about Mary J. Blige for. You run that bitch. All I gotta do is move you around.
Then there's Suge Knight. Although he's currently behind bars, he had a notorious reputation for stirring up trouble with anyone he crossed paths with. As it turns out, his aggressive behavior eventually came back to haunt him. According to Jaguar Wright, both Suge Knight and Diddy were involved not only in Tupac's death, but also in Biggie's.